They're installing the sheathing now, and they had the roof done. Let's go ahead and walk on in and check some stuff out. This is the side of the house, getting that done. They still have to tape the zip board. That gets taped up, all the seams. Yeah, the back is looking good. I'm behind this tree here because the sun is out. It'll blind the lens. But the back is looking good. Getting ready to enter the crawl space. So right here is the master bedroom underneath. This is temporary. This drop sill right here is just temporary. We put that up there so we could put a extra center sill, which is that right there. We had to add that, and we beefed everything up here because he has a really big bed with dressers attached to it. So these joists running this way, floor joists, are 12 inches on center, when the rest of the house will be 16 on center. If you look back at those right there, those are 16 on center, these are 12 on center to support the extra weight. But it's really heavily overbuilt because these 2x10s can go a lot further than what we have. We have them at 10 feet, and I think off the top of my head they can go 16 feet. So it's really heavily built, and then a lot more piers. The drafter or architect, made a lot of piers back up in here just to support this, so we wouldn't have any foundation problems in the future. I can't say any, but it'll definitely support the wood. As you can see, tons of piers. It's a great crawl space, man, easy to walk in. And the reason it's so high is, we're pretty low in the front. The garage is only 2 feet in the front, and then the back here has a nice drop off. It was a good lot for a basement, but no, he didn't need a basement. He's happy with just the 3,000 square foot house that he has. As you see here, there's basically call them ladders. These right here, that's where our bricks are going to go up against this foundation wall, and they tie in with these what we call ladders. Let's head on into the house. I'll show you some pretty cool stuff. So what we're gonna do here, where the orange marks are, is add extra wood for 2x6s up there for the kitchen cabinets, anywhere where there's cabinets. And then we got the porch out there, done. Really high foyer, 12 feet. 12-foot great room. And then that beam right there, if you don't already know, that's called an LVL. And they take a lot of weight. They're engineered, and they're for creating big openings. So you don't need, a beam in the middle. You just need it on the ends, supporting on the ends at both ends, and depending on the width of the beam and how many you install will depend on how far you can go. So this is a beam here, an LVL here, that's going to be 12-foot door. We're going to have a 12-foot door in the living room that will go out to this porch, this porch here will be tile. So this is the master bedroom where we beefed up the floor, and the reason we beefed up the floor is because this big bed with the dressers attached to it, he was worried about the floor bowing, so we went ahead and did 2x10s underneath here at 12 inches on center instead of 16 inches on center. And it's also a lot closer the distance isn't as far, like they're only 10 foot apart, I believe. Off the top of my head, it's 16 feet they can go, so you know it's going to be really sturdy here for his bed. But right now they are roofing. It's lunchtime, so they probably just took off, but they're throwing the roof panels up, or the roof sheathing. We'll walk over there. Up in here you can see can't get to it because it's the frog room. Back in there is the frog room. And we don't have our steps in yet. I have to get with the step company. This is where the steps will go to get up to the frog room up there. So I had the steps made by Southern Staircase, because they do it all on CAD and you know, computerized program, and everything works out good. You really need to know what kind of floor is going to be at the top, what kind of floor is going to be at the bottom, so that they can get the steps right, because you want the steps 7 1/4 inches, right around there. Otherwise, you know, the height of the stairs 7 1/4 inches. Otherwise, if you don't know what kind of floor you have, what can happen is the top step or the bottom step can be, you know, an inch or two off. So you really need to work with a professional. I like working with a professional staircase company, because I've used framers in the past, and either my top step or my bottom step was too tall, and you can fail inspection if you can't correct it.